He's got it, wants to throw. Wentz looks, pressure comes. Wentz hit, sack, back inside the 20. Aiden Hutchinson, that's number 2.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Big D Pod. This week, we have a few things to talk about regarding Detroit sports. After a pretty slow week from us last week, Ben, how was hunting with your family? Oh, God. He's having technical difficulties already.
Yeah, having technical difficulties over here. Hunting was all right, shot absolutely nothing, saw 2 deer. Yeah, that was about it. Time up there was good though. Time away from work, away from everything was pretty good. So
it sounds like you're going to be starving this winter. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes, very much so. We will be starving.
That's too bad. Just got to be better. I'm telling you, you need to get out the blind, crawl on your hands and knees, and hunt the deer.
Like a dog. Because I got that dog in me.
Also, it is the anti-O week. We don't like O's this week because Michigan Ohio State game. We'll talk about that later. I've typed so many messages today without O's and just replaced them with X's. And at this point, my phone has recognized it and has stopped autocorrecting me. And it's 2 p.m. So it didn't take it too long, but I'm pretty impressed by that technology. I think it should just automatically know that if you're a Michigan fan, and then it should just remove that letter from your keyboard for the whole
100%.
week.
100%.
That'd be so sick.
We don't talk about that team down south at all.
What team?
Exactly.
Give me the Michigan-Maryland recap.
Michigan-Maryland recap. So, going on to the offense. Kind of tough to watch. Worst offensive performance, in my opinion, all season. We played so much better against Penn State. J.J. McCarthy had his worst performance this season. Was 12 for 23 for 141 yards, 1 interception with a 53.7 QBR.
Usually he's more of a completion percentage guy, and he missed a lot of passes, it felt like.
So. No, he was missing a lot of passes. Couple drops in the game.
If we're going to get those out last week, though, get them out now.
Get them out now. Move it on. Moving on. We forget about that game. Now we go to the future game. But Blake Corum in the game, 28 carries, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty good game from Blake. He is now tied for the single season rush touchdown record at U of M.
Oh, who's got the record right now? Do you know?
Oh, I do. Hassan Haskins.
Oh.
The GOAT.
Tennessee Titan. All right. Forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
Probably because he's backing up Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Samaj Morgan had a touchdown on 1 carry, 13 yards. Roman Wilson, though, only had 1 reception for 23 yards. He did get injured, though. So.
Does he get injured every week?
No. I think a lot of our passing attack really struggled once Roman Wilson went out of the game, though. Because Roman Wilson's the guy that J.J. McCarthy's main guy.
He's the Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Wolverines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And our offense started to really struggle when he went out.
Sure.
Donovan Edwards had another good game. Don't know his stats exactly, but I think he had somewhere in between 13 and 17 carries for 40-something yards, 50-something yards. So, decent game from Donovan Edwards. Colston Loveland was our leading receiver with 3 receptions. But yeah. But let's move on to the good part. Yeah. Let's move on to the good part of this game. Our defense, who 100% won us this game. We gave up 262 yards, had 3 turnovers, and 2 safeties. 2. 2 safeties. What do you want to say about this?
I don't know what to say about 2 safeties.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I feel like safety should be worth more points.
You know how difficult it is to get a safety?
It should be 4 points. They should be
I mean,
4
to be
points.
fair, the one safety was at the end of the game when the Maryland quarterback decided to throw the ball to absolutely
Clutch
nobody
play.
while standing in the pocket.
Clutch
But it's
play.
fine.
It just
Mike
looked like
Sanders,
a normal Kenny Pickett throw to me.
yeah, honest to God, it did look like a normal Kenny Pickett or Zach Wilson throw, who just got benched for Tim Boyle. But
Lions
we don't need
legend.
to go into that now.
Dear God.
But yeah, so Mike Sanderstill had both of the interceptions with 2. Goat.
He's so
dog.
good.
Love watching that guy. I
What was it
honestly really
last week we were talking about
yeah.
who we thought the the best corners were on the team, and you said that for you thought that it was Will Johnson, and I was like, Mike Sanderstill fans mad right now. And then he goes out and does what he did, and I'm like, he must have heard the pod, dude.
Bro, I'm just gonna keep talking shit on Mike Sanderstill. Maybe he'll have 3 against the team down south. But
that would be so sick. Kyle
what-
McCord's going to be keeping it away from him.
oh dude, garbage quarterback, worst quarterback Ohio State's had.
Trash.
Or the
I
team
do
down
like the
south.
corners, though. Will Johnson and Mike Sanderstill are 2 very, very good corners.
Yeah.
I feel
Gonna
safe having them
lock
there.
up Marv. Marvin's gonna know what to do on Saturday. But Michael Barrett
Who's
had
Marv?
exactly. Who knows?
Never heard of her.
Michael Barrett forced a fumble. Derek Moore recovered.
Dog.
That was our 3rd turnover. Junior Collison had 8 total tackles in the game.
Junior Colson, baby.
Junior Colson.
He's a legitimate draft prospect.
Oh yeah, 100%. Total, the team had 4 sacks and 6 TFLs.
Dang.
Finally, seeing the pressure on the quarterback that I love to see. Just like when we had Aiden
Without the
Hutchinson and
presence of-
Jabo.
Oh, Ja. Bo.
In shout out, Tommy Doman. It's our punter. He had 5 punts for
that was a
236
clutch last
yards,
punt.
1 touchback. He had 2 inside the 20. But key punt at the end of the game where they pinned him on like the 5 or inside the 5-yard line or something like that. I don't remember exactly what yard line it was, but dude, clutch
It was like
punt.
the 2 or 3.
Yeah. I knew it was inside the 5, but I didn't know what exact yard line it was, and I couldn't
It was
find
disgusting.
it literally anywhere. But yeah. Shout out our punter. Punters don't get enough love for the stuff they do and key plays they have in the games.
Shout out
But,
Pat McAfee.
Real. But yeah. No, I think if we play how we did against Maryland, against the team down south, I don't see us winning the game.
We're going to lose by a lot.
But if we keep playing like every other game, we have a really
I
good
like our
chance.
chances.
Right now, Michigan's going into that game. I just found this out today. We'll talk more in depth about this game in the next podcast. But we are 4-point favorites right now going into the game. It's the first time we're favored since 2018, so it hasn't been that long. But 5 years.
Feels like that's a long time. So that's 5 years.
Yeah, it feels like longer than that, though. I feel like we haven't been favored in this game in 20 years, but
I'd rather be underdogs, if I'm being honest.
oh, yeah. Give us the underdog mentality. Speaking, Ohio State did jump us in the AP Top 25 poll over this weekend. So we are now ranked Ohio State in the AP Top 25.
I've never heard of that team.
Yeah, the team down south.
Yeah, I don't.
Is that better?
I mean, I don't know why they put some random above us. That makes no sense.
I have no idea. Oh, also shout out Michigan for getting the first college football team to hit 1,000 total wins as a program.
Yeah, all those wins back against Albion in like the 1800s.
Yeah. Dude, I was looking at stats on like teams' wins and stuff like that to see the most random ones. Michigan State has a win against the Michigan State School of the Blind.
What?
Yeah, no, their
There's
football
no
program.
way that's real.
Yeah, no, and like there's I think it was Tennessee
How does that
too.
even
They have the same
work?
thing, bro. I don't know, or no, it was the School of the Deaf, not the Blind. Sorry, School of the
That
Deaf,
makes
not
so
the
much
Blind,
more sense.
not the Blind.
That makes so much more sense. Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah,
That's about the
might have
only
missed
team
it there.
Michigan State could beat this year. Nah, shout out
School of
Michigan
the
State for beating
Deaf.
Indiana last week. Their first
True.
away Big Ten win this year. They're now low. They're no longer last in the conference. So shout out the Spartans. They actually had an insane week last week. Their hockey team beat the number 1 team in the country twice. They beat Wisconsin twice last weekend.
Yeah,
Basketball got 2 big wins. Football with a big win. Turning the tides around there.
that's about it though. Their football team's
That's
still
all I'm
4-7.
gonna say.
But yeah, you want to take us on to the greatest NBA team of all time in the early 2000s, the Detroit Pistons.
I forgot where we were going with this next, and I thought you were going to say greatest football team, and I'm like, damn right the Lions are. And then you said basketball team, and I about lost it because I have about 4 things to say about the Pistons. Let me get real close. 11 straight 11 straight losses. L's. Red L's in the column. 11.
We haven't won our
Straight.
game since the 3rd game of the season.
That is atrocious. You know the single season record is 26. I think we could hit that. I really do.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We got the Suns Monday night. L.
We got the Nuggets.
Or that's what I meant. Not the Suns.
Yeah.
The Nuggets. Who's
L.
going to stop Jokic? I don't know. Probably nobody. Monty ought to get on the court himself and stop him.
We just gave up what,
Actually, he might take a
144 to
day
the
off.
Raptors? It was 144 to the Raptors, right? Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. 140 something.
How?
I don't even want to talk about them anymore. I'm so over it. We say the same things every week because it's the same story every week. The Pistons suck, but there's 2 or 3 guys that stand out and could be pretty good. Talk about the rookies real quick. They're about the only bright spots on this team. I'm kind of over Cade Cunningham, to be honest. I really am. He's not a star. He is a supporting role player on another team besides Pistons. He's not athletic enough. He's not good enough. He's not smart enough. He's not game management effective enough to be a star in the NBA yet. Now, he could get there one day, right? Not right now. Not right now. No. Rookie rankings. ESPN just came out. Number 1, Chet Holmgren, who is a dog.
Did you see
Number
his
2, Victor Wembanyama. What? Yeah. What about Chet?
Did you see his game tying 3 against the Warriors?
Holy Moses, that
Oh
was so
my
sexy.
God, that was the fadeaway.
When are we ever going to see a Pistons guy do something that cool?
2004.
The anniversary at the Malice of the Palace was yesterday?
Oh yeah.
I think it was yesterday. And so I watched
yeah.
it and I just got all ready to run through a brick wall. I thought you were going to say something. All right, yeah. Number 1, Chet Holmgren. Number 2, Victor Wenben Alphabet. Number 3,
Overrated.
overrated, bro. He's actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I used to be on the overrated bandwagon. Now I think he's actually okay. But still, he might get shut down. I just think he's going to get injured eventually. He has to. He's a 7'5" guard.
Yeah.
Whatever. Number 3, my man, All-Star Thompson, averaging 11.6 PPG this season, 3.4 assists, 10.2 rebounds. That's a double-double, by the way. 1.2 steals and 1.6 blocks for a forward is phenomenal. Number 4, Marcus Mofo Sassa is number 4 ranking. 9.1 points per game. He's coming off the bench. 2.9 assists, 2.4 rebounds per game, 0.8 steals, and 0.1 blocks per game. I like Marcus Sasser a lot. When I watch him, I get happy. When he comes out, I get sad because there's nobody else I like watching.
What do you mean?
My question
you don't
to you
like
is...
You don't like watching Killian Hayes? You want to go over Killian Hayes real quick?
I think I would rather watch... Peppa Pig? Maybe. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Dora the Explorer, 100%.
I want to share this Killian Hayes stat, though, that I saw. It's like a couple stats. Players with at least 120... Sure.
No, it's definitely not.
As players with at least 125 career starts, Killian Hayes has the lowest win shares in NBA history at negative 0.6. He also is the sixth worst true shooting percentage of all time. This is the guy that is starting over our 5th overall pick in Jaden Ivey, who averaged 16 and 5 last year, and who we drafted over. Oh, dude, I don't even want to talk about who we drafted him over. I'm so done with this guy. Just, at this point, cut his ass, because I just want him gone.
In Monty Williams' defense, he did start Jaden Ivey last game, and we lost by 40, so we tried.
Okay, good point. Very good point. But still, at
this point, just throw Stanley Umud out there and just let him cook like last game. 19 points, leading scorer.
Can we just get back like our 2004 team?
Yeah, can we get all those guys to come out of retirement?
Let's just jump back to 2004.
Is Chauncey still coaching somewhere? I think he is somewhere.
Is he?
I don't know where. I think he's somewhere.
I have no idea.
My question to you is this team salvageable? Or is it just going to be to trade and restart again?
I mean, are we going to, sign half the free agents that come available next year? I don't even know what free agents are going to be available next year, but, if Luka's available and we sign him, then yes, it's salvageable. Maybe if Giannis becomes available, Jokic comes available, Curry. We just need one guy.
All 4 of those guys?
Dude, at this point, probably. So bad.
Clippers finally got a win. Speaking of super teams.
True.
I don't even know what I was going to say with that. But
dude, speaking of the Warriors real quick, though, I'm pretty sure Curry is still the only player on that team to score 20 points in a game this season. But for that team,
Draymond Green averages more choke holds per game than he does points per game. Thumbnail.
It's bad that we have to go talk about different basketball teams because we just don't want to talk about the Pistons because of how atrocious they are.
I watched this video on TikTok a few minutes ago before, and it just what I'm going to say has nothing to do with the video, but it was just about how terrible the Pistons season's gone and whatever. And then I saw someone else say that the Pistons are worse this year. I really found that hard to believe because we had 17 wins last year. But we're, 13 games through the season? So there's 80... No, we're...
14.
15 games? 14 games?
Because we have 2 wins, right?
Yeah.
And we started the season 2-1. And so, yeah, it would be... We're 2-12 right now.
Okay, so we're 2-12. So let me do this real quick. So there's 82 games in a season, right? Divided by 14 gives us 5.8. So 6. So that means we have to multiply we're 1/6 of the way through the season. So if we were to take this record and multiply it by 6, that would give us our final record. of 12-70. I heard that and I was like, yep, there's no way we're worse than last year. We had 17 wins last year. We're on pace to get 12 wins this year. And then my next question to you is, will the Lions win more games this year than the Pistons?
At this point, yes.
Dude, they actually might. Like, they actually might.
I do. Yeah.
I'm convinced it actually could happen. Like,
yeah.
that would be the most wild stat
Dude, at
ever
this
to
point,
exist ever.
will like the Carolina Panthers win more games than the Pistons this
All right.
year?
Based on my picks, I keep picking them every week. It doesn't fucking work.
I picked the Giants, so I'm fine.
Tommy DeVito.
Go.
Speaking of the Lions, I'm done with the Pistons. I'm done talking about them.
That's fine.
We seriously might never talk about them again until they win.
No, I agree. Get them out of here.
I'm so tired of it, bro. Hey, but if we're trading a Pistons winning season for a Lions playoff push / Super Bowl contention,
I'm fine with it.
Yes. But how that's correlated, no clue. All right, on to the Lions. The Lions had a insane comeback this week versus the Bears, taking home a 31-26 dub at home at Ford Field after an insane game. At one point in the fourth quarter, the Bears had a 98.06% chance to win. Via Amon-Ra St. Brown's Instagram post. So I feel for the Bears a little bit, but also I hate the Bears. So
like I don't feel for the Bears. We lived through this pain
Lions, so
for so long.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, so Justin Fields' first game back, I was actually quite impressed with him. Like, he was good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of slander going on with him, but he played out of his mind. He only missed 7 passes, had 18 carries for 100+ yards. That's the definition of a dual threat. That's what you want.
Yeah.
And they did everything in their power to win that game. They had everything they needed to win that game. The time of possession difference. So at the end of the game, the Bears had 40 minutes and 24 seconds of possession. That leaves the Lions with 19 minutes and 36 seconds. That's double, and they lost. You don't ever see that, ever.
We played horrible.
What were you going to say? Yeah.
The thing that I was going to say is the thing about Justin Fields, yes, he played much better than what I expected him to play. 100% much better than I expected him to play. But that last offensive drive by them, where they ran the ball on first and second down, got to third down, and ended up being like a third and 8.
Threw a nuke.
And he threw the nuke.
That's a bad decision.
One, the receiver did look like he slowed down a little bit. And I don't know what the receiver was doing there. And I couldn't tell if the receiver slowed down or if Justin Fields overthrew him. But he was wide open. He beat Cam Sutton off the line. That should have been the last possession of the game, 100%. Another thing is, the Chicago Bears coaching decision in that moment to not do what was working the entire game and let Justin Fields make plays, and they just handed the ball off to their running back when the Lions have a stacked box. Yeah, no,
we had all 11 guys in the box.
Yeah, that's not Justin Fields' fault at all. And let me tell you,
well, I wonder what the actual play call was, because they might have had just their outside guys say, "Hey, run a streak, open the field for Justin Fields to do something," and then Justin Fields was like, "Hey, he looks kind of open. Let me just yuck one up." I don't know if that was a coaching decision or if that was a Justin Fields decision. That would be interesting to me to figure that out, because that was a huge play of the game. And I saw him wind up and launch it, and I was like, what is he doing? Oh, he's kind of open. Okay. That was my mind. I was like, what is he? They needed what? Like 8 yards.
Mm-hmm. But even on first and second down, talking about, like, you just handed up the middle to your running back on first and second down when
At
Justin
least make an
Fields
option.
has been cooking every single person on our team, every single person on our defense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just did not think the coaching was very well thought out in the last offensive drive for the Bears that game. Because,
I definitely think they could have done way better. Like, if I was a Bears fan watching that game, I would have been screaming, like, what are we doing?
oh,
Like,
yeah,
seriously, what are
100%.
we doing? Justin Fields has missed 7 passes today. That's it. He's also
Jared Goff
ran
threw
for
3
100-plus yards.
interceptions.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But, yeah, he's also ran for 100-plus yards. Like, we got to give – he's our playmaker. We're not going to give the ball to our running backs who've done nothing all game.
Yeah.
That was a terrible decision. As a Lions fan, great decision.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
And
Thanks.
then, yeah. So after the possession, the Lions get the ball, drive down the field in about, 7-8 plays, just absolutely dominating. Ends with a touchdown there. And the 2-point, the little PA rollout left after the fake to a wide open Sam Laporta was really sick to see. And then shout out. Oh wait, no. Sorry. Then the Bear. Sorry, I'm totally mixed up here. No, I'm good. Then the Bears get the ball. Right. First play. Aiden Hutchinson comes off the edge, right around the tackle. Who I watched clips of this was literally holding him the whole game.
Oh, yeah, no. It was insane.
Like it was not called the whole game, and he was getting held every single play.
And watch any single pass down, and I swear to God, Aiden Hutchinson is getting held on 50% of his pass rushes this season.
He's getting held or double teamed every time.
Yeah.
You know what I think the reason it doesn't get called is?
What?
He doesn't whine and complain about it. He just gets on the line and does it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is so sad to see because that's not how it should work, but it does, and that's too bad. I listened to a TikTok the other day. I don't remember who it was, but it wasn't anybody super big, but it was these guys talking sports and stuff. And they were talking about pass rushers, and I think it was like post trade deadline. So like when the edge market was kind of hot and people were talking about it and stuff, and they were strictly just going off stats. And they were like, oh, we looked at PFF and they have Hutchinson ranked as their number 1 edge rusher. And they look at the stats and be like, you know what? He's actually not that good. He only has 5 sacks this year, or 4 sacks this year with, well, now it's 5 sacks this year. And he has the interception, but like not a lot of fumbles and stuff. He's like, this man's trash. And I was like, what did you just say? The thing about being an edge rusher is it's so like you have to watch how they play. Like if guys are taking downs off, if they're giving up on the play, if they're never breaking out of their single coverage like matchup, that's a bad edge. But Hutch does the opposite of that every time. He's either double teamed or he fights every down. Like every down, I see his Waluigi arms fucking swinging, trying to get past.
It's the greatest thing
at
ever.
Right tackle, and it's so sick to see. And man, I cannot wait for James Houston to come back.
Oh, I know.
I can't wait. I hope he's just I think he's gonna have this fire in him, and it's gonna be so sick. I think he catches Hutchinson and sacks in like 3 weeks.
Dude, I can't wait for Bugs to come back. Can't wait for Houston to come back. Because I think once Houston comes back, that duo again, we'll be getting more pass. We'll be getting more pressure on the quarterback 100%. Also, Aleem McNeil,
he's a dog.
He's a dog. Good. He has more sacks this year than his entire rest of his career.
He's a team leader in sacks. Well, actually,
not anymore because Hutch got that last sack.
Because Hutch,
Hutch is at 5.5. Aleem McNeil has 5, I believe.
That's what it was. I knew Aleem passed him in the middle of the game, but I didn't know if it was by full sack or half sack, which makes sense.
No.
So, dude, like This is going to sound really bad. At the beginning of the year, I would have thought this was a terrible defensive line. But James Houston off one edge, Hutch off the other, with a Lee McNeil and Isaiah Buggs in there. That's a good D line. That's a good D line.
Yeah.
Now, is it 49ers D line? No. Is it Cowboys D line? No. But is it salvageable? Is it serviceable enough to make a deep playoff push? 100%. Especially with how good Anzalone has been playing. Did you see his stat line? He had 15 tackles last game.
Yeah. He's the first player. I think did he have 15 or 16? I thought it was 16.
It was 15, 11 and 4. 11 solo, 4 assists.
He's the first player since 2010 to have like 15 plus tackles, and there was another stat combined with that in the game. Maybe one for fumble recovery. I don't know exactly what the stat was, but it was 15 plus tackles and something else, and he's the first player to do it since 2010. I might be able to find it, but it'd be tough to find because I don't even remember what I saw it on. But
I think I know what you're talking about. I think the Lions posted it, but it's really sick to see him kind of come out of the shell. And we just talked about this last pod, but Anzalone in pass coverage is like the number 1 rated pass coverage linebacker in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And once I read that stat, I started really watching it, and every time like he's in coverage, he's like clamping the receiver. Like it doesn't matter if it's like a slot receiver or if it's a tight end, but he is on them like crazy on them.
Yeah. It was 15 tackles and 1 fumble recovery. I just looked it up. It was on the Lions Instagram page. So, first player since 2010 to have 15 plus tackles and 1 fumble recovery in a game.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Another guy that I thought played really well, but also he had some penalties that kind of screwed us a little bit, was Brian Branch. Like I watched this guy cover, and I'm like, dude, like he's not like he covers receivers very, very well. And like after I said that, he had like those 2 penalties on the same possession of like the defensive holding and stuff, and I could see it, but there's also like it's not like atrocious. Like it's definitely fixable and it's definitely like adjustable, and he can still be legit. There's a little grab. Do I think it needs to be called? I don't know, but
I thought the one was kind of weak. It
just didn't really seem like a whole lot.
Yeah, I thought the one was very weak. But Brian Branch in the run game, oh my God. Did you see him blow through the line like 3 times to get the TFL?
He just comes off the edge and grabs the running back.
Dude, it was stupid. I love watching this guy. I think he could potentially be the steal of the draft at the position he was drafted in. Even though Jalen Carter is a thing.
You want to pull your mic closer to you? You're kind of quiet.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
There you
Mobby.
go. Yeah, no, I still think he's got a chance to win Rookie of the Year. Like,
no,
he's so good. Like, I don't know what it is about him, but like, there's not a corner I think that does what he does against the run.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, they'll do like a toss play or like a little stretch play or whatever, and it'll get blown up. And I was like, dude, who just did that? And then I see a little green thing sticking out of the helmet. I'm like, of course it's Brian Branch.
Of course it's Brian Branch. I was trying to figure out what that green thing was the entire game. It ended up being, I think it was a mouthpiece or something like that.
It's his mouth guard, yeah.
Yeah, still, why does he have it on the top of his helmet like that?
He's been like that forever. Like, I don't know.
Oh.
He's always done it that way.
Oh, I haven't. Literally, it's the first time I noticed.
You just recognized that?
100%.
That's like his whole brand.
Yeah. No, first
That's
time
how
I
I can
noticed
like,
it. I don't know.
recognize him on the field.
Oh, no, dude. I just look at him and I just know who he is because it's the dog on the field. It's the dog.
Facts.
But
he's so good. I'm excited to see him grow. He's a rookie too, which is crazy. I love watching rookies just ball out because it makes me so happy. Like watching Hutch last year makes me so happy for like the future of these guys. And then like, you know, seeing stuff that Devin Witherspoon's doing this year, seeing the stuff that Jalen Carter's doing. Jahmyr Gibbs now is unreal. And it just makes me happy to see these rookies doing well because it's like, dang, you got them like locked up too. Like that's your guy for like the future. And
Yeah.
so sick.
No, and when you think about this Detroit Lions team, we're young. Aiden Hutchinson, James Houston, Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch. Like, we're young on the defensive side of the ball. Jack Campbell, Malcolm Rodriguez, who honestly, I feel like I haven't seen much this year, which kind of makes me sad because I loved Rodrigo last year.
He was sick.
But
he was sick.
How old's Anzalone? He's like mid to late 20s, isn't he? I don't know what he is for sure. Anzalone.
I don't think he's 30 yet, but he's close.
I don't think he's 30 yet either. I think he's mid to late 20s. But yeah, no, this team is just young. And I know like there's other young teams out there. But they like this defense, this offense too is young.
Yeah. Oh, and Anzalone's 29, by the way.
Oh, okay. Little older than I thought.
So we just signed Bruce Irvin, and I haven't seen anything stats about it, but I would not be surprised if he's the oldest guy on our team.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I don't know who would be older.
Gotta be. I don't know either. I can't think of anybody.
Unless it's like our long snappers, like Dan Skipper. It's like the only guy I can think of. But
that's the sickest name ever.
I don't know.
Think anybody who's older.
I'm trying to think. Teddy B? He's not old. He is, but isn't.
Yeah, it's got to be him. I guess I don't know how old Tracy is. I don't think he's that old either.
No, Tracy's like 32, I want to say.
Yeah, so like we got a team that's good, and it took a lot of years of being terrible as a Lions fan. I can safely say that it took a lot of years of being frustrated and upset, but those years are paying off. This was a successful rebuild. Like
a successful 62-year rebuild, but it's fine.
We are not like how do I put this? We are not like at our peak yet either.
No. We're not.
Like imagine Amonra gets 1 to 2 more years of experience. Imagine J-Mo finally gets all the touches that he wants. Imagine Gibbs getting all the touches with splitting with Montgomery. Imagine Ali McNeil with a few more games under his belt as a Lion.
James Houston.
Bugs just started this year. James Houston has not been here all year. CJ Gardner-Johnson is not playing.
Can we please, one thing I want to talk about is we have CJ Gardner-Johnson on a 1-year deal right now. This is his only contract year with us.
He's going to resign.
Can we please resign him? Because, oh my God, watching his reaction to Aiden Hutchinson's sack against Justin Fields on IG Live might have been the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Because this dude was going crazy. He wants to play so bad. He wants to be there so bad.
If we offer him the same contract we did, he's signing.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I don't think... And no other team's going to really, like, give him more.
I do want to...
He hasn't proved anything.
Yeah, I do want to go in at one point in one of these podcasts. I want to take a look into the people on our team, like big name people on our team that are on the last years of their contracts. Because I think there's a few of them.
Yeah. We can do that next week or something. But that's a good idea. I think we should look into that. Especially now that the trade deadline's all kind of done and we're getting closer to the end of the season. It's important to look at that stuff. Speaking of free agents, the Tigers just came out with a bunch of news based on their roster moves and stuff. And there were some surprising / unsurprising names that got moved. So Dylan Dingler and Wilmer Flores got added to the 40-man roster. I'm not too surprised about that. Those guys have been 2 of our top prospects for quite some time now. And I've been watching them in the minors a little bit, and they're pretty good, right? They're not going to be the next Walker Buehler and JT Realmuto, but he's going to be solid role players that are going to play for the Tigers for a long time, and they're going to get their time. I'm really excited about Dylan Dingler because we have a lot of issues at the catcher position, and I think that he could potentially be the answer. He does have some growing to do still, but I think he's there. I like his swing a lot. Now, people who got designated who got DFA'd, right? Designated for assignment. Spencer Turnbull. I'm not really surprised by that. Garrett Hill, not really surprising. We have better options. Brendan Hanafy, not surprised. And Freddie Pacheco, not surprised. Those guys, Brendan Hanafy and Freddie Pacheco, actually got DFA'd when Dylan Dingler and Wilmer Flores got pulled up or got added to the roster. The last name, Austin Meadows, DFA'd. A little bit sad to see, especially because of his brother is still on the team, and they never got to play with each other. So it's a little sad to see. Do I think that they could make a move still for him? Maybe. I don't know. I think that there maybe is some poor relationships somewhere in the system.
Yeah.
Like me as a Tigers fan was really excited for him to come into the organization because he was always a really solid player.
Yeah.
And he's a lefty bat, and I wouldn't say he's a big signing, but like in terms of the Tigers, he was a big signing. Like that's a signing I was excited for. More excited for than Javi for sure. I couldn't stand that signing. But anyways, especially with his brother too being on the team, I thought it was really cool to see them, and I wanted to see them play with each other. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But as a fan, I do have some I wouldn't say beef, but just some feelings. Like I know he was struggling with a lot of stuff mentally and stuff. But it just would have been nice to see him get on the field with his brother one time, see what they can do. I think that would have been a really cool story. But it's almost too bad.
Yeah. But one thing I want to touch on in free agency is the biggest surprise about the entire Tigers free agency is the first thing that I saw when I started going into research on the Tigers free agency news and who they're interested in and stuff like that. They are interested in Yamamoto.
Yamamoto.
For some, I don't know why.
They're one of 11 teams that showed interest.
Yeah.
The other 10 are big market teams.
The other 10 are like New York Yankees, New York Mets, LA
Yankees,
Dodgers,
Mets, Dodgers, Giants, Red Sox,
Rangers,
Braves, Phillies,
Astros. Are we?
Yeah, Rangers.
Tigers gonna give them? Who knows? Maybe if we pay them $500 million and somehow pull them to the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, maybe that's why we're. God, that's not gonna happen. Also, I think it was MLB or Bleacher Report posted the top 10 landing spots for Blake Snell. Number 4 was the Detroit Tigers. Now, I'm not really sure why, because I think that is never going to happen. Like, I would even put that lower than Yamamoto. But I don't know why we're number 4. That literally makes no sense.
Yeah.
Unless we do, like, show interest in him. I don't know. Have we?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because we did lose Erod, which we lost our left-handed, like, we lost our ace, essentially, who was a left-hander. So I could see us going after Blake Snell, who could be our new ace, also left-hander, and all this. But yeah, Scooble is a lefty. But God, if honestly, if a Detroit Tigers pitching rotation can make it through half the season healthy, I'm happy, because I swear 3 guys get injured in the first 2 weeks.
Like, people are like, you can look at like our projected like rotation, and you can look at it on paper and be like, it's actually kind of good. Like, it's a sleeper team. Like, it's a sleeper rotation. Is it going to be a World Series team? Nope. Am I expecting that?
When Javi Baez is on the team, we ain't having an over 500 record.
Yeah, no. I do like to see us. I do want to see us go over 500 next year. I think we can make it happen if
I said that about
guys
this year
to stay healthy. Yeah,
I said that
next
this year
though. I think next year we can get a 500 record.
Which at this point, if we go over 500, we might win the AL Central outright, because the AL Central
we were
is the worst division in baseball. I saw something that if we didn't go on I think it was like a 15-game lose, or maybe it was a 10-game losing streak, 15-game losing streak at that one point in the season, we would have won the division.
Yep.
We had a very good.
That's why this Pistons run is going to bite us so hard, because when we come close to winning the division,
I know, man,
getting to that 10th wild card spot, Yeah, because we're definitely going to be close to that.
Dude, we might be close to the worst team in NBA history.
I really wanted us to compete for the in-season tournament because we started off kind of hot. We started off 2-1, and I was like, dude, the in-season tournament starts next week. Then we lost 11 straight.
Oh, I think I brought up the stat earlier, but I don't remember. I don't think I did. I think I brought it up to you, but I don't think I brought it up in the podcast. That since the Sadiq Bey trade, the Detroit Pistons have a total of 5 wins.
Oh my god.
5! Since we traded away Sadiq Bey.
Hey,
we have
James
5
Wiseman's
wins.
Pretty good though.
James Wiseman doesn't even play.
We had to clear up cap space for our big signing in the offseason.
Yeah, Joe Harris, man. Huge signing.
God, what are we doing, bro? We're just a meme at this point, dude. I burned my Pistons shirt. Anyway. Take me on to Michigan basketball.
Do I want to? God, we just lost to Long Beach State.
Hey, but the rest of the season has been good.
Yeah. So Michigan basketball right now is 3-1. Latest game we did lose to Long Beach State. We shot 32
is that California? That's got to be California.
Yeah. I have no idea. We shot 32.1% from 3 in that game. We had 16 turnovers and we had 38 rebounds.
They're from Long Beach, California.
Wow. We're smart. That's why we're a sports podcast, not like a history or geography podcast.
We are, dude. We're a facts
pod. Sure. Just like we said, the Detroit Pistons were going to go over 26 wins in their season projected. Yeah, we're a facts podcast.
I think so. I think they still got it.
If we go over 26 wins at this point, it's a W season in my eyes. If we go over 12 wins, it's a good season.
We'd almost have to go 500 the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Almost.
Almost.
How are we 2-12?
What's the record for the longest losing streak in NBA history?
So the longest losing streak in NBA history spans over 2 seasons, and it's 28. However, which is terrible. The Bucks did that a while ago, but the record for single season is the Cavs in 2010, 2011, post and pre LeBron, which is weird. If you think about it, that's actually true. Post and pre LeBron, 26 straight losses.
I think we can do it. I think we can do it.
So terrible. Okay, that was also my next question that I didn't ask in that segment is, do you want to see us do it?
Tank for Victor.
Do you think that it would be an eye-opening wake-up call? Because obviously 10 straight losses wasn't an eye-opening wake-up call because we lost by 40 the next game.
We gave up 144 points the next game.
To the honestly, Raptors.
At this point, if we don't get another win on the season, I don't think it matters much.
I say if we get to 15, I'm cheering for us to get to 26.
What if the 15th win is at the end of the season?
No. 15 losses. If we get to 15 losses straight,
yeah,
I'm going to start cheering for us to get to 26.
If we get to like 15, in between 15 and 20 somewhere, and I'm still like have no hope in this team, there's no close games or anything like that, I'm cheering for the 26 100%.
I need Book It with Trent to start hammering Pistons money line every day.
Yeah. We need to see it.
I need him. Actually, maybe he's doing that already.
You might be, honestly.
That would make sense.
That makes so much. He didn't do it for the first 3 games, but now he's just done it every game since.
He would be the guy to do that too.
Oh, 100%.
And his reasoning would be, they can't lose again.
Exactly. They can.
Bet. All right, talk to me about the Michigan Wolverines.
So, yeah, we went over the last game. So far this season, Our leading scorer is Doug McDaniel with 21 points per game. And all of...
Teach me how to, Doug.
We're going to butcher this. I have it, and I'm still going to butcher this so bad.
My favorite position is Dougie style. Sorry. We have to edit that out, man. That can't be floating around in the world.
All right, now you got to say this dude's name so it's not me butchering it.
Olivier Kamwa.
It's better than I would do. So, yeah, he's averaging 18 points. How many
chromosomes do you think I have when I try to pronounce that?
All of them.
18.3.
So, he's the second leading scorer on our team right now. 18.3 points per game. He's also a rebound leader with 8.8 rebounds per game. He could start on the Pistons. Doug McDaniel also leads our team in assists and steals. He's averaging 6.2 assists per game and 1.2 steals per game. But yeah, Michigan, they're looking better than I expected. I know they've played 4 unranked teams. I know we just lost to Long Beach State, but just the way watching them, they are playing better than I expected them to be playing. I really do think that we could be better than a lot of people are expecting. Just like a lot of people expected Michigan State to be better, and they have 2 losses now. But yeah.
I mean, one of them is to Duke. So.
One of them is to Duke. The other one is to JMU, who it's their second or first season in the Division 1.
Yeah. Did you see what they did? Their football team did this weekend?
Yeah, they got killed by Appalachian State.
Appalachian State, baby.
Michigan may know a thing or two about Appalachian State.
Appalachian State, baby.
But we don't need to get into that.
They're known to upset teams. I wonder who they upsetted before.
Never the Michigan Wolverines in football when we were a top 10 team in the country. But moving on. Yeah, no, that's all I got on Michigan basketball. Just going over some basic stuff. It's way too early in the season to start talking Michigan basketball, in my opinion. Once we get into more Big Ten games and stuff, like I know we play Memphis, which I don't know how good Memphis is this year compared to
they're not ranked, but they're probably solid.
We play Memphis the next game, but once we get into more like better games, more Big Ten matchups, I think I'll start talking about them a little bit more. But that's all I got on the Michigan Wolverines basketball. Battle for Atlantis. Once again,
I figured that's kind of where we'd be.
Yeah.
Cool. That's gonna be starting soon.
Yeah, I honestly think
is Memphis the first game? It might be.
I don't know. Memphis might be the first game.
I saw the girls are in like the Bahamas right now or something playing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't pay attention to women's basketball. Definitely not sexist. But moving on.
Gotta edit that out, man.
Can we talk about going back? Can we talk about like the one UNC women's field hockey team where the coach is a player from last year? She won 4 natties at UNC as a player in just her first season as a coach after the president of the sports committee said she could possibly have the head coaching job if she won a natty her senior year. She goes out, wins a natty her senior year for her 3rd straight, was like 4-time best women's field hockey player.
It's a great story, man. Keep going.
And she goes out and wins it at 24 years old as the head coach. Insane. Good luck from UNC field hockey women's team. All right, take us to the outro, Caleb.
Great Sorry, bro. What? This episode is so in shambles right now. I couldn't tell you anything we talked about.
It's our first one back from my vacation. I'm still a
This
little
is the
tired from
gapping
the
episode.
weekend. Maybe I have a little brown bottle flu from the weekend still, but it's fine.
All right. I'm telling you, get on your hands and knees and start hunting.
Dog.
Ancestors would be proud of.
All right,
Like the
let's get to the outro real quick before we say anything else.
This is a Facts Podcast. Thanks for tuning in to the Big D. Catch us on, actually, you'll probably get an episode on Thanksgiving Day. So we're going to do a little preview of the big Lions game on Thursday. So we're going to record Wednesday, get a new epi out to you guys. That's it for me. Pistons play Monday night versus the Nuggets. That's it for us, guys. We out of here. Peace. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to never miss another video of ours. Check out our Instagram at motown.madness for daily posts and content all about Detroit sports. And check out our TikTok, motown.madness, for clips and highlights of each episode.